Yo, what is going on, everybody? Today's a little bit different of a video that I'm going to end up doing for you all. Funds seem to be lacking just a little bit, so I'm going to give you just a little quick shop tour and kind of let you know and see what I'm working with here. So I guess we'll get right into it. You can see this is all my eBay stuff, so I try to keep it as organized as possible. Keeping everything in bins labeled makes it as easily and efficiently findable as possible. Plus I have a couple other things down here. This is just some storage stuff and some more eBay stuff. I do have to clean off the desk, but I am also in the process of planting some new crops coming up. So right now I have my seedlings started. Here we have some peas. These are all going to be peas. I have some serrano peppers here. I have some jalapenos back there, and then some cayenne peppers up here. I do plan on making some hot sauce, which I have a great recipe for. So stay tuned for that. That'll be some good stuff here coming up. Also, I do have some pepperoncinis, which you may see this in the end of this video. Not really sure yet, but I have a time lapse that's been going on those for a few weeks now, I would say. Moving forward, here's just my desk. It is a complete and utter mess right now. I'm still working on organizing everything, but my way that I work is chaotic at best, I guess you would say. You know, every time I clean something, within a day, it goes right back to that. But anyways, moving on here. Here is the workbench. I did build the workbench myself. It isn't the greatest, but I was trying to work with some wood that I had. Working on this stuff, getting all this organized is a little chaotic, especially when you're on calls, we're not for my job, that kind of thing. So it is what it is. But anyways, nothing crazy going on over here. Just my workbench. Got all those brakes still. Trying to figure out what to do with that. That's my funding issue, I guess you would say, for the next bit, is to buy that actual hydraulic braking system, and then that'll be going on the cart. Moving on to the cart over here, is still sitting. It is piecing by piecing here. I still haven't touched this back end yet. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do about these brake systems. The brake systems, that's the biggest thing that's coming up next. As you saw in the last video, the engine is running. So realistically, all I have to do here is get this thing cleaned up, and those measured everything. These mounts should be the exact same mounts that I need for the engine. Tires need to be replaced. Still a lot of work left to do on this guy, and progress is being made. It's just slow, steady progress. Anyways, nothing crazy going on up here. Some storage stuff here, freezer dryer, blah, 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 laundry, some melting stuff. As you know, I do melt. I still have to go through some of this stuff, some brass, some tin, or some pewter, I'm sorry, in here. This is for an upcoming camping trip that I'm planning. That'll be coming here hopefully in a few weeks. I think I'm planning for middle of March, maybe end of March, hopefully, to get out there and do a little bit of camping. So that'll be pretty fun. Most of the garage is filled up with the kids' stuff. So at least half is, well, I guess half's me and half's them. And not even really half, just a quarter. But anyways, yeah, so me, my son's bike, my baby's girl's bike, my other girl's bike, and of course the little bike. You know, they got a bike, they got a Vespa, they got a what is this, a Range Rover, and they also got a Jeep. So that Jeep is always fun. But anyways, not a lot of tools. These are all self-funded, obviously. I bought this toolbox a while ago and have just been adding to the collection. I don't have anything too crazy, as you can see. Some wrenches, some screwdrivers, some household tools. That's pretty much it. A little bit of the extra stuff. Got a kit there. This is my little workout pad. You know, trying to get in shape, doing the best that I can. So slowly and surely, I'm getting to the points to where we need to be dialed in, and they're getting there every single day. So out here, I found this in the trash, which I got to clean that up. That's going to end up getting cleaned and spray painted, and probably bought in the house to store some of my preserved food that I got rolling. Basketball hoop, woohoo! Me and the boy will play. Today we're going to play, actually. But moving on to the backyard. Front yard, nothing crazy out here. It's not fenced, which is nice, or not nice, I should say, except for this little piece here. So a little of my junk stays back here. These are some motors that I have to go through and still pull all that copper out of. As you can see, quite a bit of copper still left over here. Again, all of it has to do with timing. I try to do as much as I can whenever I can. Moving on to the backyard. Again, it's not fenced in, but we did the best that we can back here. Nothing too crazy. I do wish to expand the garden here, hopefully soon. I have to go through it this weekend. That's the project this weekend. As you can see, mainly kid stuff out here. It is what it is, you know. When you got 4 kids, you got a lot of toys. My oldest obviously doesn't play with toys, but my 3 youngest do. And moving on to the garden. I know these aren't the most ideal farming conditions, but I got some pretty sunflowers going. What's up? And then I have 5 more going. This 5th one, he's a big boy. She is a big boy. I don't know if you can see that up there, but she's not quite ready to pop yet. She will be here any day. Any day now, this thing's gonna pop out. I'm hoping that I can get some sunflower seeds off of it, at the very least, to replant them and replant them, and you know, put some more out here. You know, it's always fun to have the girls help me plant things and then watch them grow, and they see them every day. They get all excited. And here is some tomato plants. It's weird because a bunch of them are planted amazing and doing great, and then you get these little guys back here. That's a tomato plant. That's a tomato plant right there. And they were all planted at the exact same time. So don't know why, couldn't tell you. These ones already have some big old tomatoes in there. These are gonna get made into some sauce, hopefully. These are all Roma tomatoes, which again, I don't know why some of them are crazy looking. Over here, I do have some sweet potatoes that were growing last year. I harvested them. They all turned out like this little. There was actually a bunch of big ones, but I ended up having a problem with grubs, and the grubs ended up eating all of them. So that was wasted the whole summer growing sweet potatoes, and they all turned out like trash. But I basically pulled everything out of this garden, and then I was going to replant, so I had to, I didn't spray anything. I actually just waited and hopefully let them die. But then I had a couple of sweet potatoes pop up, so they're probably still under there. And this one I have to go through the actual bed and see what I can find under there. I do have tomato plant here. This guy's a tomato plant. This guy's a tomato plant. Not that one right there. And then this guy right here is a tomato plant as well. That is what it is. So back here, I got some lettuce to harvest. I haven't harvested this in a while, so that's got to get done. This is going to get harvested here. This tomato plant I never actually planted. It just popped up. So I was like, all right, let's go. And there is some big honking tomatoes out of here. Some big boys. But this one's probably the best tomato plant growing so far, and I have done nothing with it. So hopefully that keeps doing what it's doing. And then this guy over here, I never planted that either. This was a black eyed peas. I did not plant. I had black eyed peas in this garden last summer, but I actually took them all out, and I must have dropped a bean or two, and this guy grew. So I let it do its thing. I'll harvest those and actually probably replant them for the summer crops, because they do really well in the summertime. And so yeah, cabbage. This is going to get turned into some sauerkraut, which I love sauerkraut. I actually already have some sauerkraut being made in the house, which is very easy to make, which I didn't know. It's basically salt and cabbage, and that's all you need, and some fermentation time. Anyways, here, this is my dragon fruit, which I built this silly looking thing too, and for some reason this guy hasn't grown much. He's done a little bit here. It's been through a couple hurricanes, but anyways, that's the backyard. Front yard is nothing crazy out here. Do get a little bit of shade. The latter part of the day, sun is towards the front, so it is always hot in the front of the house, and it's a good time. But We do have a lot of land. One of the problems, not a lot of land, we have a half an acre here. One of the problems is I rent, so I can't do a lot with this land. I would love to fence this entire land in and actually do some stuff with it. If it was up to me, that whole back area would be full of garden beds. I would try to get as many as I could back there and grow as much food as I can. For those vegetables that I have starting in the garage, within the next couple of days, they'll be actually planted in the ground. I'm gonna clear out that middle garden bed. I'm gonna clean that one out, and I'm actually gonna end up cleaning this one out a little bit because there are some spots that I can plant some stuff in here as well. So the cabbage, lettuce is getting out of here. The beans are probably coming out because I have plenty of pods here that I can actually replant from these, which is great. And then I will end up putting some peppers in here, some more peppers in here, and hopefully some peas over there. And then we'll get those rolling and keep the rotation going. The beans are going to go over there this summer instead of in here. That way I can replenish the nutrients in the bed, and it's just a cycle. So stay tuned. We'll see what the garden looks like throughout the summer. I appreciate you guys sticking around. I know this video is a little bit different than some of my other ones, but I hope you don't mind. I figured I'd throw a little vlog in this week just to kind of keep my upload consistent and keep it going every week. My goal here is to upload at least once a week, and I'm shooting for a Wednesday, and I've been trying to stick to that schedule as much as possible. I know I was kind of growing the channel until I fell off a little bit, so I'm hoping that you guys can stick around until I can get the funds necessary to keep the bike improvement going, or the cart improvement going. Once I get that going, I promise you I'll have an update on that cart. It will happen soon, hopefully sooner rather than later. So again, I do hope that you guys enjoy some of the stuff that I've shown you. Just showing you the actual real side to everything. Not that I'm just another fake person that's on the internet uploading some scheduled or not scheduled, or what would you say, scripted, some scripted stuff. This is just the real life neighborhood, real life environment that I live in. Oh, one thing I didn't talk about too, this guy here. So this guy here is going to be mine once I get this guy rolling. This is my next project. This little engine here is a cool, it's a Predator, and I think it's a 420, yeah, Predator 420 engine. So that'll be a fun little cart to have on hand. My goal is, obviously I'd like to get this one rolling just to try and, because I have the chassis, the whole frame and everything. If I can get this rolling on there, that'd be cool. I do want to upgrade this though to a somewhat similar cart to this. Obviously it's not as many cc's as the big guy is, so that'll be the next project after I can get this one rolling. So again, it takes time, slowly but surely they'll all get done. And here is the beauty, the coup de grace, this Honda engine, Honda GX670. She's a tank. As you saw in the last one, she fires almost every time. And just to show you again, I love doing it, so why not do it one more time? There it goes. Well, I think that's going to do it for this week's video. I do appreciate you guys very much sticking around. Consider subscribing. Stick around for some of the new exciting things. I know today's wasn't as exciting as some of the other videos, but they'll be there. I did want to give you a quick little update though. I did make some sauerkraut. It's got a few weeks actually, I should say, left in there to ferment, and I got 2 jars of that. And then I also have some pickled onions that I made. So the pickled onions are fine. As you can hear, engine has been running outside. She's purring like a kitten. Good stuff, fun times, and maybe next time I'll do a little house tour. So that's going to be it for this week's video. Enjoy this time lapse of my vegetables that are getting planted. See you next week.